I can't even believe it. Would you look at that? I can't even believe it. Would you look at that? All right, so it looks like we are all set up. And it looks like we are streaming to both the website and to YouTube. It does not, so no one has come to the website yet to. All right, so it looks like we are all set up. And it looks like we are streaming to both the website and to YouTube. It does not, so no one has come to the website yet to. Yeah, so I'm muted and there is like a reverb on like anything that I say. So I hear myself like a few seconds later. Are y'all hearing that as well? All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm muted and there is like a reverb on like anything that I say. So I hear myself like a few seconds later. Are y'all hearing that as well? I'm gonna see if I can do something with my microphone. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do my thing, and that will be that. So I'll start the record part now. Hey everybody, welcome to the Blue Doors first ever Intimate Partner Violence Awareness Month Summit. My name is Phoenix Coffin-Williams, and I'm hosting this event on behalf of Corellian Educational Ministries. The Blue Door can be conceptualized as a department within the larger seminary structure, where the focus is providing enhanced training and education in the various ways our clergy and celebrants can apply the tenets of our faith to the communities we live in. Specialties in the Blue Door include conflict resolution and peer mediation, pastoral counseling, premarital counseling and planning, crisis management, peer education training, active bystander training, life coaching, and recognizing and addressing mental illness and addiction. All of these specialties are offered through a lens of multicultural competency that is provided through the authentic relationship with our international student body and staff. The curriculum in the Blue Door is guided by the theories and principles of liberation psychologies and theologies, filtered through a Wiccan worldview to help the external culture and our own communities recognize both the quality of training our education provides and the strength of spirit ignited within us when we were granted the first vision of our role as clergy. The curriculum is also guided by empirically supported best practices, multimedia training experiences, and hands-on applications of theoretical knowledge, allowing those who participate to be confident in their education, the validity of approach, and the philosophical and empirical support that upholds decision-making. The Blue Door has assembled a diverse set of instructors from a variety of perspectives for this occasion, because let's face it, it is appropriate for a Wiccan seminary training program to first address the unmet needs of so many that represent her historically. The issue of intimate partner violence was not addressed or validated, however, was diminished as a women's issue that those who were privileged enough to not be women didn't have to address or stop perpetuating. Due to the timeless efforts of our ancestral mothers and the unquenchable spark that resides within her and is passed down to us, many are able to acknowledge that this issue is and always has been a human issue. No matter what aspect of nature we represent with our very lives, as above, so below, any violence visited upon a woman is an invitation to assured destruction. This issue is an all hands on deck concern, and all those who are afflicted or those who are the inflictors are invited to heal. Remember this as you spend time viewing the content our instructors have assembled for us this weekend. I hope you feel invited to grow, that this weekend inspires you to address this issue in new and dynamic ways, and that you leave with an expanded perspective. As always, don't forget to ground and release after all acts of power. And please remember that the specialties represented here are the careers of our presenters. Each of them, when called upon, agree to work here free of charge. So please make sure that you use their donation buttons. That way 100% of what you feel can go directly to their own goals. Thank you so much for coming. And if there are any questions, I'd be glad to answer them now. In absence of any questions, I do have some instructions. So as you participate this weekend, there will be a co-host and moderator in every single session. They will be here to make sure that your mics stay muted, and they will also be here to bounce any trolls. Not necessarily anticipating any problems. However, should the need arise, there is a zero tolerance policy for any kind of energy or rhetoric that does not support what is happening here. So I'm going to put that out there right away. That way there's no surprises if you are in a session and you witness some rowdiness and then it's not there anymore. The moderators are trusted individuals who are also affiliated with Corellian Educational Ministries. They function as deans and assistant deans of mentors, and they are also a part of other aspects of the larger organization. And so I do want to shout out Reverend Sir Ebony Nash and Lady Jin, who are the first two who came in and said that they would help out with this event. I would also like to shout out Reverend Gary, who also agreed. And then as the other folks step in, I will announce them and give them their credit. So yeah, that's really it for the opening of this event. Coming up next at 11:30 is Ashra's event, which is dedicated to breaking cycles and narratives related to abuse. It is extremely important and essential to recognize the role that our own personal narratives play in perpetuating this issue. So none of us are immune when it comes to learning and doing better when it comes to intimate partner violence or domestic violence, trauma, and abuse. We all play a role that we can take a look at, assess, and determine what role we want to do to change. If we are on the end where we are inflicting abuse, we can pay attention to the cycle. We can choose to pay attention to our needs. We can choose to be vulnerable enough to accept that we have needs, and we can choose some different ways to go about doing them. That's the process that I will be outlining in the broken mirror approach. However, for everyone else who is not a perpetrator of violence, it's important to recognize the role that we play in this narrative. And when we want to decide we're not going to participate in that, we want to take a look at where our power comes from. We want to take a look at what tools and seeds of independence are still sprinkled throughout our lives. We want to take a look at when we want to stop believing things that our abusers teach us and tell us. And we want to take a look at that thing that is inside of us that will carry us through from one moment to the next as we transition from a cyclic state of suffering and abuse and violence and torment to one of more liberation, happiness, increased focus, and wellness. So please give Ashra your undivided attention, take notes, interact with her because she definitely enjoys and appreciates that feedback when she teaches. A lot of you will remember when she taught at the opening to Temple of Holistic Knowledge, it was very much this back and forth exchange. She's come to teach us something, and the way that she makes sure we got it is by interacting with us. So definitely come prepared to pay attention to that. It will be broadcast live on YouTube, and it will be streaming through the website, bluedoorevents.weebly.com. So you can click on the YouTube and do the watching through there, or you can click on the button that says participate in the 11:30 program. You can put in the password, it's blue, capital BLUE. That'll get you right into the meeting where you can interact with those of us who are there. I will be around all weekend, so if any questions do arise, feel free to ask. I'll be glad to answer them or direct you to where they can be answered. I look forward to sharing this weekend with you, and until next time, blessed be.